Okay, so I found a good one. I got suspended for being too pretty. So we're gonna watch this now.
Hey, I'm Elizabeth, and I grew up in a very dangerous neighborhood. To make things worse, my dad left my mom when I was just a baby, so we had no one to protect us. At age 13, I started to notice guys staring at me when I walked past them. I told my mom about it.
Uh, I'm sorry, but excuse me, she is a child. She's a child, you freaking weirdos. Okay, anyways.
And she said I was too pretty for my own good. Since then, she made me wear ugly clothes which covered my body and face so that guys would be less interested in me. She also told me
You really calling out all those tomboys out there? Like, bro, dresses in boyish clothing. Ew, you're ugly. No one wants to talk to you. Ew.
horror stories about what happened to girls who went out at night and what guys would do to them. It made me terrified.
Why would you scare a child like that? Like, she's freaking young. Do you see how young that thing is? Do you see how young she is? Like, why would you do that? She's freaking like probably 9 in this. In this right here. Bro, why would you tell her that? Why?
To go anywhere. And to this day, I've never been to a single party or event after 5 p.m. You might think that being pretty made me one of the popular girls in school, but that wasn't the case. Most girls didn't like me. They said I was arrogant and stuck up, and there was one time when my mom allowed me to wear tight jeans, and all the girls inside my class shamed me and called me a slut.
Oh, so you're not allowed to wear tight clothing now because it makes you a slut. Oh my god, you're wearing tight clothing. You're such a slut, Jessica. Oh my god. Shut the frick up. Like, oh my god. Oh my god.
I did have one good friend, though. Her name was Marie, and she never seemed to care what other people thought of her. She was really
That's good. That's actually really good. Marie, you can stay. You can stay. Yes, you go, queen.
into comic books and stuff, even though the other kids said it was dumb. Anyway,
You're dumb. You're done. You're done. You're done. You're done.
one day I went to the bathroom and caught Taya, Rachel, and some other popular girls writing some
Amelia, of course, her name is Rachel. Maria is the weirdest nerd.
really nasty things about Marie and lipstick on the walls.
What the fuck? Bro, that's not even...
Told them they were jerks and went to clean it off. But they all circled around me saying things like, "Oh, Miss Pretty thinks she's better than us. Better watch your back. You won't be pretty forever." I was seriously scared, but I would have never guessed what they did next. The following day, they wrote on the walls again, this time calling one of our teachers ugly. Then they went to the principal, Mr. Clayton, and told him they'd seen me writing the graffiti onto...
Girl, I don't even own makeup, so I don't know what you're talking about. Like, never in my life have I seen this girl right here wear makeup. No, I have never seen her wear makeup. Big bruh. Bruh. I'm literally about to kill some of these girls. For real.
The bathroom walls. Next, I got called into Mr. Clayton's office. I tried to tell him I didn't do it. I didn't even own a lipstick. But when
that's what I'm saying.
He searched my bag and found the lipstick.
The bitch has been framed. Female dog has been framed. Uh-oh. Well, you're in trouble.
I knew the other girls had put it in my bag. Of course, I tried to
I'm just saying, like, every single blonde girl has to be evil and mean. Like, I'm blonde myself. I am blonde. And bruh. Why?
Explained to him I'd been set up, but he didn't believe me and said I needed to learn that just because I was pretty didn't mean I could call other people ugly and do whatever I wanted. Afterwards, he suspended me for 1 whole week from school.
Oh my god.
I was furious. because I was being punished even though I'd only tried to defend my best friend. I don't want to complain, though.
Oh
I know a
my
lot of people
God.
have much bigger problems to deal with, and most of the time, being pretty makes your life easier. Recently, though, I had another problem. I'm working in sales and I have a female boss. Even though I made the most sales in my department, I was the only one who didn't get a bonus. When I asked my boss why, she told me I had a bad attitude and needed to be more of a team player. I had no idea what she was talking about, but I was suspecting that she was actually just jealous.
Why did she have to do that to Fry? No, don't do that to him. Not my favorite Futurama character, bro. Why? Why?
Of my looks. That's why I went to her boss, Mr. Jones. I explained to him that I didn't get a bonus and that I thought it wasn't fair. He agreed and overruled my boss's decision. But now I wish I hadn't said anything, because since he talked to my boss about me, she's been making my life hell. Because last week I had to work overtime every single day. That's why I'm already looking for a new job. And yesterday, I had my first interview, and I was lucky because the interviewer was a guy, and he seemed to like me. So maybe my looks will actually help me get a new job.
Bruh.
Anyways, thank you for listening to my story, and please subscribe to...
Oh my God. Oh my God. What was that? Oh.
I am whole. I am absorbing
Tinder ad? Okay. I'm gonna look for another one because that was absolute trash. Okay, I found this one. It's called Allergic to Water. We're gonna watch it now. Okay.
Story is about my disgusting classmate Pablo. He always hit on me, saying things like, "Hey, pretty girl, too bad that your parents are poor. But don't worry, I can change that. Just come by my house tonight." It didn't matter.
Oh my God. What the frick?
How many times I told him to stop, it just got worse. And no one dared to put him in his place because his dad was a powerful politician. You see, I live in Honduras and our government is very corrupt. If you stood up to Pablo, he could tell his dad about it and you would be beaten up or worse. When I was 17, I suddenly developed a water allergy. The doctors didn't know why, but whenever water touched my skin, it burned like acid.
Imagine not being able to wash your hands or take a bath. Or even like wash your face or your hair. No. I could never. No.
I made an announcement to my class, telling them to be careful and not to throw any water at me because I'd get badly hurt. But of course, Pablo didn't believe it. He said, "Lily's just looking for an excuse not to have to shower anymore." Then he dipped his fingers into the water bucket and splashed water in my face. I screamed and desperately tried to wipe the water off my face, but it was too late. Small rashes came up all over my skin and it was so painful. Pablo still didn't believe me though and said I had created the...
Are you dumb? How do you create rashes? Are you freaking dumb? Are you a dummy McDummerson? Because I think you are.
rashes by scratching my face with my fingernails. Luckily though, after class...
That's not how you create rashes. That's how you create freaking like scratch marks. Are you dumb? There's a difference.
was over, my crush Simon came over saying, "Sorry that Pablo treats you like that. He's a jerk. Are you okay?" "Oh, sure, I'm fine."
Bruh. Not a love story. Oh my God! This is supposed to be about your allergy. About your allergy and not your love life.
Wow, I've had a huge crush on Simon for years, and this was the perfect moment to finally ask him out. By the way, do you want to go to the beach with me this weekend? "Oh, that sounds good, but I already have a girlfriend, so I can't. I'm sorry." "Oh, stupid."
How is that outfit school appropriate? Like, bro, how is she not suspended for that outfit, though? Chill. Anyway, so...
Me. Of course he has a girlfriend. He was the perfect guy, after all. But 2 weeks later, our class took a trip to the beach anyway. I couldn't go into the water because of my allergy, of course, so I only played volleyball with my friends, and that's when Pablo came over. How are you? Fine. What do you want? Oh, I still think you're lying about your water allergy, so... That's when he pulled a water pistol from behind his back and squirted water right at my chest. Within seconds, my skin turned red and then I passed out. I woke up again in a hospital where my mom, who told me I had almost died. But guess who else was there? Pablo. I wanted to scream at him to go away, but I was too weak. He said, I'm so sorry, Lily. I really thought you were joking when you said you were allergic to water. I already told your mom that my dad will pay for your hospital bills, and if there's anything I can do for you, let me know. That piece of garbage. Did he really think he could just say sorry and let his daddy buy his way out of trouble? No way! I pressed the buzzer for the nurse and told her to throw Pablo out of my room. But a couple hours later, he sneaked back in, wearing a cheesy mustache.
I think the nurses have brain damage. The nurses have brain damage, y'all. Oh my god! The nurses have brain damage, yes.
Also brought roses and apologized over and over again. I gotta admit, it was kinda cute to see how hard he was trying to show he was sorry. So I let him stay and we ended up...
What the
watching La La Land on his laptop. Maybe he was a good guy after all. He even slept on the floor next to my bed at night because he wanted to be near me in case something happened. Well, and then once we walked out of the hospital together, he kissed me, and I let him. I mean, yes, he'd been a jerk.
Yeah, he had been a jerk. He had been a jerk, you freaking idiot! Ugh.
But people can change, right?
No.
Our first weeks dating were awesome. We hung out at his big mansion that had a tennis court and a private cinema. But over time, his behavior got worse again. He pressured me into wearing sexy clothes and forbid me from seeing my friends. Sometimes he'd even order me to come to his house just so he could make out with me. And once he was done, he would kick me out again. I wasn't going to let him treat me like that. But when I told him I didn't feel respected...
And you shouldn't let him treat you like that. Oh my god, I'm gonna kill someone.
...and wanted to break up with him, he laughed and said, I don't care how you feel. I promised my dad I'd marry you once I turn 18, and he hates it when people break their promises. So you better play along and be a good, obedient girl. And trust me, if my dad finds out that you dared to break up with me, he'll think you disrespected our family, and he will take revenge on you. But don't you want to marry a...
Hey, yo, isn't that's illegal. Oh, the Bratz movie. Oh, the Bratz movie. Okay.
normal girl who isn't allergic to water? You always complain that I smell bad because I can't take showers and have to use powder to clean myself. You are pretty and smart. Good enough to give my dad some grandchildren and good enough to entertain me for a while. So I stayed
That's kind of sussy, but okay.
with him, even though he openly cheated on me. I would wake up in the middle of the night in our bed and find him making out with another girl. My life sucked bad until I got into university. Because guess who I met there again? You always complain that I smell bad because I can't take showers and have to use powder to clean myself. You are pretty and smart. Good enough to give my dad some grandchildren and good enough to entertain me for a while. So I stayed with him, even though he openly cheated on me. I would wake up in the middle of the night in our bed and find him making out with another girl. My life sucked bad until I got into university. Because guess who I met?
Oh my god, I missed it again.
My life sucked bad until I got into university.
Oh my god. Yo, why her legs move like that? Why her legs moving like that? Oh my god, bro. What are those legs? What are those legs, bro?
Because guess who I met there again? My old high school crush, Simon.
Oh my
We got to
god.
talking and I asked if he was still his old girlfriend. No, I broke up with her after she got drunk at a party and cheated on me.
Oh my
Oh, I'm sorry.
goodness.
But wow, she must be stupid to cheat on you. I mean, you are kind of the perfect boyfriend. That's what...
No!
No B works. The perfect boyfriend.
Okay.
That's when, without saying a word, Simon pulled me to him and kissed me. I never wanted that kiss to end, but I pushed him away, saying, "Sorry, we shouldn't have done this. I'm still with Pablo, and if he finds out about this, you'll be dead."
You'll both
"I
be
don't
dead.
care," Simon replied,
Oh!
and we started dating in secret. For a few months, I thought we'd get away with it. But one night, Pablo asked me, "I heard you are close friends with Simon from our high school?" "What? No! He's just in one of my classes. I hardly know him." "But Carlos told me he saw you and him holding
Carlos?
hands."
Who the...
I responded,
Who's Carlos?
"Well, maybe Carlos is lying?" But I could tell Pablo didn't believe me. "You know what I have to do now, and it's all your fault." I started crying, begging him not to hurt Simon, but Pablo pushed me away and ordered 2 of his dad's security guards to follow
Hey,
me.
yo, that's illegal.
After they left, I rang Simon and told him to immediately leave our city or Pablo would murder him. Simon understood and persuaded me to come with him, so we agreed to meet up at the city bus station. But before I left Pablo's house, I stole 2 small Inca statues. I knew they were made of pure gold, so I hoped they'd helped me and Simon to start a new life. We met at the bus station and fell into each other's arms, kissing passionately. Then we took a bus to Mexico. The whole journey, I worried about Pablo coming after us, but we arrived safely. It took several months to sell the statues, but we got a lot more money for them than I expected. We bought a small house in Mexico, and soon I got pregnant and gave birth to our son. Everything was perfect until one night, masked men broke into our house and took me with them.
This is like totally off topic from how you're allergic to water, bro. So this is your love life.
To make things worse, I have no idea what they did to Simon and my son. They drove me to a small private airstrip. And that's when I realized that Pablo must have tracked me down and was now bringing me back to Honduras. I cried the whole
I'm back.
flight, hoping Simon and my son were still alive. Once I arrived, I was picked up by Pablo. He had a big grin on his face and said, "How are you, my sweetheart?" He tried to hug me, but I pushed him away, screaming, "What have you done to Simon and my baby?" Instead of answering, he just smiled and told me to get into his car. I had no choice, so I did what I was told. When we arrived at his house, I immediately felt like a prisoner. "Now that we are finally reunited, I'm gonna marry..."
I had no choice, so I got into the car. Girl, you could have ran away. You could have ran away. I think you're dumb. Girl.
"You as soon as possible. Let's say tomorrow. And before you think of saying no, remember, I know where your mom lives." I was devastated. My son and boyfriend were gone, and now I had to marry Pablo. As a sick joke, he even invited my mom to our wedding. She was very happy to see me marry into a rich family because she didn't know how miserable I was. The ceremony was weird. It was only me, Pablo, the pastor, and my mom. At the altar, I asked him, "Why me? Why not some other girl?"
Hey yo, if you're crying, I thought water was tears. Tears are water. Why is your face not breaking out? I think this is all fake.
Oh, it's...
Y'all smell that? Y'all smell like that too? I think it's bullshit.
Because the more you despise me, the more I feel attracted to you. Now shut up and kiss me. That was the beginning of my new life. I was a prisoner in a gilded cage, but actually it wasn't as bad as I had imagined it. Because I was still allowed to go out as long as Pablo's bodyguards were with me at all times to make sure I wouldn't run away again. I drove around in armored luxury SUVs to go shopping, but it felt wrong spending Pablo's money because my country is so poor, and I hated living in luxury while there were so many kids begging on the streets. Of course, I also didn't forget Simon and my son. I promised myself I'd run away and find out what happened to them, to see if they were still alive. But then the worst thing happened. Pablo had gotten me pregnant. Now I was trapped. There was...
Hey yo, Pablo got her prego. Oh.
No way I'd run away and leave my baby with Pablo, but if I took him with me, Pablo would hunt me down again. Luckily, when I gave birth to my second son, Lucas, Pablo's dad, Emmanuel, started spending a lot of time with us because he wanted to get to know his grandson. And as I got to know Emmanuel, I realized that he was actually a very decent man. That's why I told him how his son Pablo was mistreating me. His reaction surprised me. He said, "Yes, I know that my son is an idiot. He doesn't know how to treat a woman right. But I promise that if you raise my grandson well, so he's nothing like his father, I'll make sure he gets my full inheritance. Then he told Pablo to never disrespect me again or he'd regret it. I knew I was part of the family now and not just some bimbo anymore. Pablo's dad gave me my own house and the baby, as well as a monthly allowance. It's not a bad life, and I love Lucas dearly, but I'm also still thinking a lot about Simon and my first son. I've already tried to contact them, but either they are hiding or dead and in heaven.
You don't meet a
Oh
lot of
my
black girls who are
God.
game developers. I understand the specialness and the rarity, but at the same time, it shouldn't be a rarity.
Anyway, so
If you want to make games, make games. You literally have the power to tell your own
that's the
story.
end of the video. So bye guys.